Most men have no idea they are doing this. And the worst part? The more you do it, the less she respects you, the less she wants you, and the more you lose yourself in the process. Today, we are going to talk about 10 things a man should never do for a woman. Not because women are the enemy, not because love is bad, but because there is a version of loving a woman that quietly destroys you from the inside, and most men do not even realize it is happening until it is too late. Stay with me until the very end, because number 10 on this list is the one that silently ruins more relationships than anything else, and most men are doing it right now without knowing it. Let us get into it. Number 1. Never compete with another man for a woman. Picture this. You have been talking to this woman for a few weeks. Things seem to be going well. Then suddenly, you find out that there is another guy in the picture. Maybe she mentioned him. Maybe you noticed she is texting someone else a lot. And almost immediately, something shifts inside you. You start doing more. You invite her out more often. You buy her things you normally would not buy. You try to show her that you are the better choice. That right there? That is a trap. And most men fall right into it. Here is the truth. A man who truly knows his worth does not compete for a woman. He does not try to outdo another man with gifts, with attention, or with words like, I am better than him. Why? Because the moment you start doing that, you are no longer a prize she is trying to win. You become the one who is trying to win her. And attraction does not work that way. A woman who genuinely likes you does not need to be convinced. She does not need you to compete. If she is putting you up against another man and watching to see who performs better, that tells you everything you need to know about where her head is. She is not clear. She is not ready. And no amount of extra effort from you is going to change that. In fact, more effort at this point will only make things worse. The more you chase, the less valuable you seem. The less you chase, the more she wonders. That is just how it works. A real man steps back, holds a standard, and lets the situation speak for itself. If she chooses you, great. If she does not, that is information too, and it protects you from investing in someone who is never fully in. So the next time you feel the urge to compete, stop. Take a breath. Remember who you are. And walk forward with your head up, whether she follows or not. Number 2. Never change your personality just to please her. This one is subtle, and it sneaks up on you slowly. You meet a woman. You like her. You start paying attention to what she responds to, what she laughs at, what kind of man she says she is into. And then, little by little, you start adjusting yourself to fit that image. Maybe you are naturally quiet and calm, but she seems to like outgoing, loud guys, so you start being louder than you really are. Maybe you do not care much about social media, but she is always online, so you start posting pictures every day just so she notices you. It feels harmless at first. You tell yourself you are just trying to connect, just showing a different side of yourself. But there is a difference between growth and performance. Growth is becoming a better version of who you actually are. Performance is pretending to be someone you are not. And here is the problem with performing: you cannot keep it up forever. At some point, the real you is going to come through. And when it does, she is going to feel confused, maybe even betrayed, because the man she fell for was not actually you. She fell for a character. And the character is gone now. More importantly, think about what you are losing in this process. You are slowly burying your true self under a mask built to impress someone else. That is exhausting. That is damaging. And it often leads to resentment down the road. Be yourself, genuinely, fully, unapologetically. Your real personality will attract the woman who is actually meant for you. Not a woman who loves the mask, but a woman who loves the man. That is the only kind of love worth having. Number 3, never pay for everything as if you are her personal ATM. Now, let me be clear about something before we go any further. There is nothing wrong with spending money on a woman you care about. Taking her out, buying gifts, treating her, all of that is fine. That is normal in a relationship. But there is a big difference between being generous and using money to fill in for a lack of real connection. You just met this woman 2 weeks ago, and you are already paying her phone bill. You are covering her rent. You are buying her groceries, her outfits, her hair. Every time she mentions wanting something, you are opening your wallet before she even finishes the sentence. Ask yourself honestly, why are you doing this? For a lot of men, the answer is uncomfortable. They do it because they are afraid. They are afraid she will leave. They are afraid they are not enough on their own, their personality, their humor, their presence. So they substitute money for real value. They think if they provide enough materially, she will stay. But this approach has a fatal flaw. When you build a relationship on financial dependency, you never really know if she is with you or with your money. And when things get tight, when life happens and you cannot afford what you used to afford, you find out very quickly where her loyalty actually was. A relationship built on what you give is never truly yours. A relationship built on who you are, your character, your energy, your values, now that is something real. You are not a sponsor. You are a man. And a man's worth is not determined by how much he spends. Number 4, never tolerate disrespect just because you love her. Love is a beautiful thing. But love has never been and should never be an excuse for disrespect. She raises her voice at you in public. She insults you in front of her friends or yours. She talks to you like you are beneath her, like your feelings do not matter, like your presence is a burden. And you take it, you swallow it, you excuse it. You tell yourself, she did not mean it. She was just angry. I love her, so I will let it go. Here is what you are actually communicating when you do that. You are telling her loud and clear that you have no boundaries, that she can treat you any way she wants and you will still stay. And once a person knows that, they stop respecting you, not because they are terrible people, but because human beings naturally test the limits of what is acceptable. When there are no limits, there is no respect. And here is the painful irony. The more you tolerate, the less she is attracted to you. You think you are showing loyalty and love by staying through the disrespect. But from her perspective, she is slowly losing the image of you as a strong, grounded man. Every time you accept mistreatment without a response, something in her sees you as weaker than before. Setting a boundary is not aggression. It is not cruelty. It is simply saying, this is not okay with me. And a man who can say that calmly, clearly, and without drama is a man who commands respect. You can love someone deeply and still refuse to be treated badly. In fact, you must. Number 5, never abandon your goals and ambitions for her before she came into your life. You had things going on. You had a business you were building, a body you were training, friendships you were maintaining, dreams you were chasing. And then she arrived, and slowly, quietly, those things started taking a back seat. Maybe she asked for more of your time and you gave it. Maybe you started skipping the gym to spend evenings with her. Maybe your side project started collecting dust because you were always available for her. Maybe you stopped seeing your friends because she seemed uncomfortable with it. And because you love her, it felt like a reasonable trade. It is not. A man without direction is a man without magnetism. A man who has no mission, no passion, no purpose outside of a woman becomes boring to that woman, even if she is the reason he stopped pursuing those things. She might not even realize why she starts to feel less attracted. She just notices that something changed. That spark she liked in you, that energy, that sense that you were going somewhere, it is fading. And sometimes, ironically, the woman who asked you for more time becomes the one who eventually says, I feel like you have no life outside of me. That is not her being ungrateful. That is a natural response to what you created. Your goals, your growth, your ambitions, these are not just for you. They are part of what makes you attractive. A man who is working towards something, who has a sense of direction, who shows up to a relationship as a full person rather than a half person looking to be completed, that man is magnetic. Protect your purpose. Never let go of it, no matter how much you love someone. The right woman will not ask you to. Number 6, never chase a woman who is deliberately ignoring you. You know this scenario. Things seemed fine. Then suddenly, she goes quiet. 3 days pass. No message. You send a, hey, no reply. You send another message. Nothing. And then, out of nowhere, she pops back up like nothing happened, a simple hi, or a meme, or a casual question. And you? You light up. You respond immediately. You pick up right where you left off, acting like the silence never happened. Do not do that. When someone deliberately ignores you and you just welcome them back with open arms and zero acknowledgement of what just happened, you are not being forgiving or understanding. You are training them. You are showing them that no matter how they treat you, you will be right there, waiting, ready to reset. And people, not just women, but people in general, will take you exactly as seriously as you take yourself. A confident man notices when his time is being wasted. He does not send 5 messages to someone who is not responding. He does not hover. He does not panic. He simply lives his life. And when someone consistently shows him that his time and energy are not valued, he quietly removes himself from the situation. Not out of anger, not out of ego, but because his time is worth something. This is not about playing games. It is about having standards. Know what you deserve, and move accordingly. Number 7, never say yes to everything just to keep her around there is a belief a lot of men carry around without realizing it. The belief sounds like this: if I just agree with everything she says, if I never push back, if I always go along with what she wants, she will be happy and she will stay. That belief is wrong, and it is costing men their relationships. Women do not leave men who have strong opinions. They do not leave men who say no from time to time, who push back when something does not feel right, who maintain their own perspective even when it differs from hers. They leave men who say yes to everything, who have no backbone, who bend themselves completely to fit whoever is in the room with them. Why? Because a man who agrees with everything does not feel like a real person. He feels like a mirror. And you cannot truly respect a mirror. You cannot build a real relationship with a mirror. When you have character, when you have opinions, when you know what you believe and you stand by it, that is grounding. That is stability. That is what makes a woman feel like she is with someone real, someone solid, someone she can actually lean on. Say no when something does not work for you. Express your actual opinion when she asks for it. Disagree respectfully when you see things differently. That is not difficult or confrontational. That is just being a whole person. And whole people attract real love, not the conditional kind that disappears the moment you stop performing. Number 8. Never stay with a woman who clearly does not love you back. This one is painful. But it needs to be said. You feel it. You know something is off. She is cold with you. She avoids serious conversations. She never wants to talk about the future. She is physically present but emotionally somewhere else entirely. And you tell yourself maybe she is going through something. Maybe she just needs time. Maybe if you are patient enough, loving enough, present enough, her heart will catch up. But deep down, you already know the answer. And staying in a situation you know is not right, not because you are happy, but because you are afraid of the alternative, is one of the most self-destructive things a man can do. When love is not mutual, it does not stay love for long. It becomes something else. It becomes obsession, anxiety, neediness, desperation. You start monitoring her behavior, looking for signs, overanalyzing every message. You become someone you do not recognize. And she sees it. And it pushes her further away. Here is the hard truth. A woman who does not love you will not love you more because you stayed. She will not suddenly wake up and feel something she does not feel. And when she is ready to leave, she will leave often without warning because she assumes you already knew. You deserve to be with someone who is actually in it with you. Someone who chooses you every day, not just when it is convenient. Do not waste years of your life waiting for someone to feel something they may never feel. Walk away with your dignity. Your right person is out there. Number 9, never be available 24/7 like you have nothing else going on. She calls. You drop everything. She texts. You respond within seconds, every single time. She says she wants to go somewhere, and you rearrange your entire day to take her. At first, maybe it seems sweet. But over time, this constant availability communicates something you probably do not intend to communicate, that you have nothing better to do. And that is not attractive. A man with a full life, with work, with friends, with hobbies, with goals, cannot be available at every moment. And that is okay. That is actually good. A man who is always reachable, always free, always ready to drop everything at a moment's notice, sends a signal. That signal is, you are the most important thing in my life, and I have organized everything around you. Now, that might sound romantic, but in practice, it creates an imbalance. It makes you too easy. It removes the tension and the sense of value that comes from someone's time being genuinely limited. This does not mean you should be cold or ignore her. It means you should have a real life that takes priority sometimes. It means that when she reaches out, you respond when you can, not the instant her message arrives, dropping whatever you were in the middle of. Have things you care about. Have a schedule. Have commitments. A man with a full life is interesting. A man with no life outside of a woman is, over time, exhausting to be around. Be present when you are with her, but be someone when you are not. Number 10, never make a woman the center of your entire life. This is the biggest one. The one that does the most damage. The one that is the hardest to see from the inside. Everything you do is about her. You make decisions based on her mood. You plan your day around her schedule. You measure your happiness by how she is feeling about you that day. Your self-worth is tied to whether she approves of you. You have stopped having a life that is yours because yours has completely merged into hers. You think you are showing her how much you love her. You think this level of devotion is romantic. But what you are actually doing, and this is hard to hear, is slowly disappearing as a man. A woman is drawn to a man who has a life, a mission, a direction, a sense of who he is independent of her. She is drawn to someone who loves her but does not need her to function. That is the kind of man who makes a woman feel safe, valued, and genuinely attracted. When you make a woman the center of your world, you put an enormous, unfair pressure on that relationship. You make her responsible for your emotional state. You make her the source of your happiness. And that is too much weight for any person to carry. Most women, whether they can articulate it or not, will eventually feel suffocated by that weight, and they will pull away. A woman should complement your life. She should add to it. She should be someone you choose to share your world with. But she should not be your world, because when she is your world and something shifts, you have nothing left. You fall apart. And that is a pain that takes years to recover from. Keep your identity. Keep your passions. Keep your friendships, your goals, your sense of self. Love deeply, but stay whole. Let's bring it all together. Being a good man does not mean giving everything away. It does not mean shrinking yourself so someone else can feel comfortable. Real strength in a relationship is not about who sacrifices the most. It is about who shows up as their truest, most grounded self. So let's go through the 10 things one more time, fast, clean, clear. Number 1, never compete with another man for a woman. You are not an option. You are the standard. Number 2, never change your personality just to please her. Authenticity is attractive. Performance is exhausting. Number 3, never pay for everything as if you are her personal bank. Build a connection, not a financial dependency. Number 4, never tolerate disrespect just because you love her. Love is not an excuse for bad treatment. Number 5, never abandon your goals and ambitions for her. Your purpose is part of what makes you who you are. Number 6, never chase a woman who is deliberately ignoring you. Your time is valuable. Act like it. Number 7, never say yes to everything just to keep her around. A man with no limits is a man no one respects. Number 8, never stay with a woman who clearly does not love you back. You deserve real love, not hope. Number 9, never make yourself available 24/7. Have a life that exists when she is not around. Number 10, never make her the center of your entire world. She should add to your life, not replace it. Here is what I want you to remember above everything else. The way you treat yourself is the template you hand to every person who enters your life. When you respect yourself, your time, your values, your emotions, your goals, you show others exactly how to treat you. And when you do not, you silently give them permission to treat you poorly. This is not about being cold. It is not about being arrogant. It is not about playing games or manipulating anyone. This is about being a man who knows himself, values himself, and shows up to every relationship, romantic or otherwise, with his full self intact. You can love generously. You can be kind, warm, caring, giving. All of that is good. But do it from a place of strength, not fear. Do it because you want to, not because you are afraid of losing someone. Do it while keeping your dignity. Because a man who loses his dignity in love has not gained love at all. If this video helped you see something you needed to see, if something hit you a little differently today, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 10 things hit closest to home. You do not have to share everything. Even just a number will do. I read every comment. And if you are serious about building the kind of confidence and self-respect that naturally attracts the right people into your life, then make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, we go deep on topics like this: practical, real, no fluff. Share this video with a man who needs to hear it. You might be doing someone a huge favor without even realizing it. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And I will see you in the next one.